Okay, so you're looking to add 15 plus pounds, some monster mass. That is an exciting goal, and believe it or not, it is super attainable. Stick with me for a few minutes because by the end of this video, you are going to learn 3 simple fixes you can start doing today that are gonna make it super easy for you to finally pack on that lean, vascular muscle mass faster than you ever thought possible. Not only that, I'm gonna show you how to do it without going to the gym for 2 hours a day and without spending a ton of money on supplements. Does that sound pretty cool? Thought it might. After helping thousands of skinny guys who want to just add as much size as possible, patterns quickly started to emerge from the emails and the questions that they would leave on social media. Vince, no matter how much food I eat, I don't gain any weight. I can literally eat McDonald's for every meal and I will still lose a pound. Or, Vince, when I first started my bulk, I saw the scale go up a few pounds, but I feel like I'm force feeding myself. And then the second I stop, the scale goes right back down to where I was at. And I definitely don't see any kind of significant gains in the mirror, so I eventually can't stand it anymore and I end up quitting. Or, Vince, I'm skinny and I hate it and I have no idea what to do. Then, when it comes to their training, I hear, I feel confused about what workouts are best for me. My arms never seem to get bigger and I can't ever get my chest to have that middle separation. I can't get my back to have that big V taper appearance. No matter how long I lift, no matter how heavy I lift, it always ends up the same way. I might get a little stronger, but I'll either hit a plateau and never continually gain muscle, or I'll end up injuring myself. I'll spend a ton of money on supplements, the next big mass gainer supplement or some knockoff test booster that I don't understand, and I can't even tell if they're doing anything. And the whole process is just frustrating, and I can't ever seem to get my body to look like I want it to. Man, that sucks. I get it. Trust me. That scenario I just said, that was me a few years ago. I was once that scrawny dude who simply could not grow. I was in the gym almost daily, training for 2 hours, eating the biggest meals fathomable, yet I'd go to look in the mirror and I'd still see that scrawny guy. There is nothing more disheartening than to be on that never-ending cycle of diets and training and never even getting close to the results that you want. But listen to me, it doesn't have to be that way. As a matter of fact, by the end of this video, it flat out won't be that way for you ever again. But you are going to have to pay attention and make the simple changes that I suggest in this video. And hopefully, the info I'm about to give you will help you realize it's not your fault and it never has been. And most importantly, that with just a few minor changes, you can fix it and you can start seeing fast, consistent gains in the mirror. You've most likely been skipping the things I'm about to suggest or just flat out doing them wrong for years, and that's why you're having a hard time putting on the size and keeping it on. I'd also like to educate you on why most of the common things that you're probably already trying to put the weight on are actually having the opposite effect and actually making you lose more muscle. And I know that can be hard to hear, but it's true. Getting to your ideal physique is actually much easier than you'd think. And I'd like to share how to make that a reality with you right now. So how do I even know it's so easy? Well, other than the fact that I've personally been in your shoes, I'm also a world famous fitness model now and a certified trainer and the author of 6 of the best-selling fitness programs on the market. And I've had the privilege of sharing these exact secrets that I'm about to share with you with thousands of people around the world. And I've gotten to watch firsthand as they have packed on 5 times as much muscle in just the first few months than they have in the last few years by only changing these few things. Like most hard gainers who are struggling to add just a single pound, let alone 15 plus, you've probably been misled towards these solutions that have given you subpar results and that are frustrating because it never lasts. You've tried eating until you feel sick, stuffing your face with anything that gets put in front of you, and you might see the scale go up a pound or 2, but it's not actually visible muscle in the mirror, and then the second you stop, you go back down to your old weight. And you've tried spending 2 hours a day at the gym, camping out on the bench press, trying to see what you can max out at, or curling as much weight as you possibly can, and doing every exercise that you could think of that could help you get bigger. But all that ends up happening is you getting disappointed in the lack of results that you see in the mirror after all this effort. And you've probably tried all kinds of weight gain supplements that promise you the world, but actually just ended up in you losing a couple hundred or a couple thousands of dollars with literally nothing to show for your hard-earned money that you've now wasted. Trust me, we get literally thousands of emails from guys just like you who have been fooled into thinking that these solutions would work, and they feel depressed and they feel confused. All they wanted was to be able to put on some size, keep it on for good, and be proud of the way they look in the mirror. Everyone deserves that. Instead, they're left spinning their wheels, wondering why, despite all their hard work, they still see no results in the mirror. It is flat out demoralizing. Does that sound like you? Well, if it does, let's put a stop to that. Let's jump into these tips and get you on the right path right now. You are going to want to write these down. I'm about to share a few things that I want you to start doing today, and if you do, I guarantee you that you will see a drastic change on the scale and in the mirror this week. They're that effective. You should actually consider yourself lucky. Your body type and fitness goal is my #1 specialty. Your clothes will fit better, you'll see changes in the mirror almost immediately, and you're for sure gonna see a larger number when you step on that scale, just by doing a few simple but incredibly effective tweaks to your strategy. All right, you ready? Here they are. The first thing I need you to do is stop stuffing your face with food. Huge calorie overloaded meals at random times of the day will never put muscle on your body, because what happens is you fill yourself up so much to where you don't eat for another 5 or 6 hours, which ends up in you only having 3 meals throughout the entire day. Sure, they may be high in calories, but only having 3 meals leaves you in what you call your anabolic window, also known as your muscle building window, for 50% of the day, leaving the other 50% to, you guessed it, muscle breakdown. To avoid this and stay in that muscle building window all day, you need to break those meals up into smaller meals, but have them more often. Building muscle, which is what you're trying to do, right, requires protein in your system around the clock. But what most people don't realize is that your body can only absorb so much protein in one sitting, and anything extra gets excreted, pooped out. So once your body has absorbed as much protein as it can, it will then take 2 to 3 hours to completely use it up. And once you've used up all your protein in your system, then what happens? I'll tell you. Your muscle fibers will continue trying to repair from your last few lifting sessions, but with no more additional protein available, your muscles won't just wait for your next meal. They'll settle for the next best thing, which is protein from muscle that's already there. Meaning, unless you are getting an adequate amount of protein every 2 to 3 hours, which can be anywhere from 20 to 50 grams, depending on your body weight, you're just working against yourself without even knowing it. Making this one simple change in your diet is going to amaze you at how fast you put on muscle and what you see in the mirror. I guarantee it. The second thing that you're likely messing up that's causing you to stay skinny is what you're doing at the gym. And this one has 2 parts to it, a twofer, if you will. Now, unless you're on some kind of performance enhancing drugs, also referred to as steroids, you should be in and out of the gym in less than an hour. But this doesn't mean that you're still taking your 5-minute rest between each set and getting on your phone. If you seriously want to put on 15 plus pounds of muscle, you have to move through your workouts, stimulate your muscle fibers, and get out at the right time. Your body has a very limited recuperation ability, meaning there is only so much volume that your muscles can handle until you have overworked them. This is what you call overtraining. And regardless of what you heard, it is not a myth. In fact, you can compare it almost directly to a sunburn. If you stay in the sun for a few hours, you'll get a tan at first, but there's a fine line that gets crossed when that tan turns to a burn, and your muscles react the exact same way. This is why you can't get that first pound on. This is why you hit plateaus. This is why you don't have any noticeable muscle gains in the mirror. One of the quotes I like to lift by is, you want to stimulate your muscles, not annihilate them. So put your headphones in, don't get distracted by your phone, shorten your workouts down to 45 minutes to an hour tops, and watch as you gain that first pound, as you break that plateau, as you notice gains in the mirror. Now, before we get into the third and final tip, I want to clear up possibly the most common mistake that hard gainers make. And I'm talking about lifting with your ego. Let me ask you something. Why is it that typically powerlifters are stronger than bodybuilders, yet bodybuilders are more muscular than powerlifters? I'll tell you why. It's called time under tension. Two things have to happen for time under tension to occur. One, you need to drop your weight. You need to focus on using a weight that you can control, not a weight that controls you. This means swallowing your pride and picking up those lighter dumbbells, or taking that extra plate off the bar and focusing on contracting your muscles with every single rep. And two, you need to lift high rep. Studies have shown that 40 to 60 seconds of slow contractions with the targeted muscle per set causes 37% more muscle growth 6 hours following your workout and 51% more muscle growth 24 hours after your workout compared to faster or heavier contractions, aka throwing the weight around. This is why lifting heavy and maxing out has never gotten you anywhere. You make this change today in the gym, and I guarantee you're more sore than you've ever been tomorrow and even more sore 2 days from now. And here in a second, I'll show you where you can find more info on the exact exercises and rep range I suggest to maximize your muscle growth. So for the third thing I want you to change, and this one is not only crucial for putting on some serious size, but also for your wallet. I want you to stay away from the new popular muscle building stack at your local supplement shop. I want you to stop taking that knockoff test booster or that horrible mass gainer protein that you have to choke down every single day. Now, I'm not saying there aren't any supplements that can help you pack on some muscle and some size. I'm saying more often than not, you're just getting robbed of your money. And the worst part is, these supplements give you this false sense of hope and promise you that it's the magic pill or the magic powder that's going to magically increase your bench by 50 pounds and pack on 10 pounds of muscle in just 2 weeks. But all it's really doing, other than hurting your wallet, is setting a bad expectation in your head that you can just take a little pill or a scoop of powder and not have to change your lifestyle. So people end up not making the important subtle changes in their lives, just like the ones I just talked about, that would have made the world of a difference. Instead, they're waiting on this new supplement to work, which never happens. Now, those three things are just a few of my most guarded secret weapons that will allow you to easily pack on 15 plus pounds in no time. And if you combine those with a solid weight training program geared specifically for bulking up, it's game over. You'll put on size so fast it'll blow your mind, and with the right dieting strategies, you'll easily keep them on long term. Now look, I know that was a lot of information and I don't want to just leave you hanging there. So if those tips got you fired up, but maybe left you a little confused on how to put them in action, I'd like to help you streamline all of this so that you'll finally be able to pack on that 15 plus pounds, that monster mass with ease. Let me introduce you to our Clean Bulk program. It's the complete muscle building solution that will allow you to pack on that monster mass in just a matter of a few short months. If you've ever wanted to have a body to match those fitness models on the covers of magazines and look like a beast walking around your gym, but couldn't figure out how to get there or how to stay there, well, our Clean Bulk program just became your new Bible. Here's a sneak peek of what you'll find inside. You'll find an easy to follow, step-by-step, flexible dieting, muscle building strategy, which will drastically improve your results because this method is what all of the pros use. It has proven time and time again to pack on muscle as fast as you want and allow you to keep it on long term without hitting plateaus and without having to force feed yourself. So not only do you gain as much weight as you want, but you'll easily keep it on this time with little to no effort. Then there's a 90-day maximum muscle building training program, which is amazing for you because most workout programs leave you with some cookie cutter workout that's geared for anybody who wants to put on a little muscle and burn a little fat. This program was designed with muscle building in mind, with hard gainers in mind. Through a very specific layout of 1-to-2 ratio, strength to hypertrophy workouts, you can be confident knowing that you are literally packing on muscle the fastest way humanly possible while avoiding any kind of plateau. Then there's a HIIT training 15-minute cardio system, which is optional to follow because seeing as how you and I are hard gainers, we don't have to do too much cardio. But when your goal is to pack on as much weight as fast as possible, the slim chance of packing on a little bit of fat in the process is present. Therefore, included is a guide to give you short, effective cardio workouts to do if this happens. This way, you can keep your gains as lean as possible. Also, there's a muscle building supplement guide, which is extremely useful because first off, it's gonna save you a ton of time and a ton of money and keep you from taking any dangerous or just pointless supplements because, as I mentioned earlier, while there are bullshit supplements, there are also a few supplements that can supercharge how fast you put on strength and size, and then the rest of them are garbage. This will help you get informed and make good decisions if you do decide to use supplements, which I say that because you don't have to. You'll be a muscle building machine once you get your nutrition timing down and start training right, but I wanted to include this simply because a lot of our hard gainers ask for it. Then comes the 6-pack ab workouts, which is super beneficial to you because we are going to be packing on muscle quick with the tools I've just given you. So when that layer of muscle is on the rest of your body, it would look silly to not have a muscular set of abs to match it. And this is the perfect ab training guide to follow so that you get that shredded, blocky 6-pack that is guaranteed to turn heads at the pool. Now, I'm not going to lie, a lot of time and research and money went into putting all this together, and I'm extremely proud of this program. And that's why we normally charge $77 for this system. And I want you to compare that to the price of a personal trainer who charges $100 per session and doesn't even want you to get in shape too fast because, well, once you're in shape, you won't pay them anymore. So you end up getting your bank account drained for slow or just below average results. Today, however, I'm gonna give you everything for a ridiculous price because I want to make this a complete no-brainer for you. And I know money can be tight, so it's not going to be $77. Instead, it's gonna be $47 today only. Why? Because I wish someone had done this for me when I was in your shoes and wanted to pack on some real muscle but couldn't figure it out. I still vividly remember how painful and frustrating that was. I've seen this program help thousands of guys around the world get their dream body, and I know what an impact that has on the rest of their life, and that makes me feel amazing. So all I ask in return is that when you pack on muscle with my Clean Bulk program, you share your results with me. All you need to do is click the button below this video to get started now. But before I let you go, I want you to understand that I can promise you that this won't be available at this discounted price much longer. This special offer is good today only. So if you leave this page, you'll have to get it full price on our website. And oh, one more thing. There is a chance that you've never dealt with me or my company before, so you may not be aware of our amazing customer support and our customer care policies. So if that's the case, let me set your mind at ease. You are covered by our 30-day guarantee. So if this is not one of the best investments you've ever made, well, then I don't want your money. I'll happily refund it for you within our guarantee. So if you want to pack on 15 plus pounds of muscle, some monster mass, and actually get long-term results that you love in the mirror and on the scale, then all you have left to do is click the button below this video. Well, the ball's in your hands. You have 3 options now. 1, you can keep doing what you were doing before you watched this video, and you can keep getting the same frustrating results that led you here. 2, you can take the advice I just gave you and you can try to do it yourself. You can go spend a couple hours studying the best times to eat what foods and how to track macros, and spend a few months or even years of trial and error in the gym trying to figure out proper exercises and proper form and knowing how to avoid plateaus. And you can research and research until you find credible information about which supplements will actually benefit you. All the information is out there if you have the countless hours to research and test it all. Or 3, For less than a tub of protein, you can make this so simple on yourself and become another one of my testimonials and get the jacked, muscular physique that you've always wanted and deserved, and fast. You've got everything to gain. And thanks to our guarantee, absolutely nothing to lose. So you can either keep chugging along as you are right now with zero promise of any kind of results, or you can try my clean bulk program right now, completely risk-free. I'm Vince Sant, and I cannot wait for you to take action and finally achieve the success that you deserve. Just click the button below this video to get started.